Pinching pennies and hoping for the best? That won't make you rich. Most people never learn what really drives wealth, the hidden system behind money itself, finance. Picture this. Every smart financial move you make is like a gear in a machine, quietly turning your cash into power. Once you grasp how finance really works, you stop saving blindly and start building real wealth. Today, we're diving deep into the architecture of finance, not surface-level tips, but powerful insights that could change the way you think about money forever. Welcome to Value Runtime. I'm Young, a Wall Street veteran, Silicon Valley innovator, and Stanford-trained entrepreneur. Throughout my career, I've delivered value and created wealth across industries, and now I'm here to share that journey with you. In this video, I will break down the concept of finance in the simplest terms, taking you on a journey through its evolution from version 1.0 to version 5.0. We will also discuss how understanding these versions can unlock the secrets to faster wealth building. These are the stepping stones you need to grasp if you want a shot at accelerating your financial journey. Finance 1.0 Direct Lending Model. Let's start with the most basic scenario. Finance 1.0. Picture a time centuries ago when there was no formal financial system, no banks, no stock markets, just individuals managing their own money. I'm young and I make amazing coffee. I dream of opening the Yum Coffee Shop, but I have zero capital to get it off the ground. Meanwhile, my neighbor, Mr. Smith, has idle money tucked away under his mattress. I approached him with a simple proposal. Mr. Smith, could you lend me $100 to start my coffee shop? I'll pay you back $110 at the end of the year. Mr. Smith ponders the idea, realizing that his idle money is doing nothing to grow his wealth. He sees an opportunity. By lending his cash, he can earn $10 in interest, a small but meaningful return compared to letting his funds sit idle. So he hands over the $100, and my dream takes its first step toward becoming reality. This direct lending model is Finance 1.0 in a nutshell. It is the most elemental form of finance, a straightforward, person-to-person transaction that kicks off economic activity. More than just a loan, this exchange exemplifies how the flow of money creates value. Mr. Smith earns interest on his capital. I get the funds needed to pursue my dream. And the community ultimately benefits from the new coffee shop. This simple mechanism not only jumpstarts individual ventures, but also lays the foundation for the larger, more complex economic systems that followed. It is the seed of wealth creation, aligning idle funds with big ideas to generate value for everyone involved. Finance 2.0 Bank Intermediary Model. As my coffee shop begins to thrive, I naturally look to expand. However, Mr. Smith has already lent me everything he's comfortable parting with. And I'm not alone because other local entrepreneurs face similar funding challenges. Imagine Sarah, who is trying to open a restaurant, or Tom, who wants to start a dry cleaning business, and even Emily with her plan for an ice cream shop. None of them have a single benefactor like Mr. Smith to turn to for funding. This is where Finance 2.0 comes into play. Banking system. Banks revolutionized finance by pooling the deposits of countless individuals like Mr. Smith's and making those funds available to borrowers who need larger or multiple loans. In this system, banks offer depositors a modest interest rate for keeping their money safe, while lending that money out to entrepreneurs like me at a higher interest rate, capturing the difference as profit. The introduction of banks created a more efficient channel for money to flow from savers to entrepreneurs. This innovation democratized access to capital. Rather than relying on a single benefactor, businesses could tap into a vast network of funds. The banking system became the backbone of modern economies, ensuring that money did not simply sit idle, but was actively used to fuel new ventures and innovation. Today, although we often take banks for granted when depositing money for safety and earning a small interest, their role in mobilizing financial resources was a huge leap forward for economic progress. Finance 3.0 Equity Investment Model. As my coffee shop continues to grow, I begin to dream bigger and develop an ambitious, unconventional idea. A zero-sugar, zero-fat, AI-driven weight loss coffee. This concept is bold and potentially revolutionary, but it is also undeniably risky. Traditional banks, which prefer the predictability of secured loans, typically shy away from financing ventures that carry such high levels of risk. Therefore, I need to find capital that is willing to embrace uncertainty. a capital that understands that high risk can lead to high rewards. This is where Finance 3.0, the equity investment model, comes into play. Instead of borrowing money, I look for an investor who is ready to share both the risk and the reward. I meet Mr. Brown and explain the proposition. This is a risky idea, but if it succeeds, we will both share in the enormous upside. If it fails, we both lose. Convinced by my track record and the promise of high returns, Mr. Brown decides to invest in my business, becoming a shareholder in the process. A real-world testament to the power of equity investment is Peter Thiel's early investment in Facebook. In 2004, Thiel invested $500,000 for a 10.2% stake, a bet that turned into a billion-dollar valuation in just 8 years. That staggering return exemplifies why equity investments are often the fastest route to substantial wealth creation. Equity financing does more than simply provide capital. It creates a partnership where both investor and entrepreneur are driven to ensure the success of the venture. This model has fueled countless startups and breakthroughs, proving that sometimes sharing risk is the key to unlocking exponential growth. If you're enjoying this video so far, please consider subscribing to Value Runtime and hitting the like button. Your support helps us reach more viewers and inspires us to keep delivering great content. Finance 4.0, Professional Intermediary Services Model. With my innovative coffee venture now validated and my business growing at an impressive rate, the next challenge emerges: scaling up. To reach the next level, I need even more capital. Capital to expand operations, enter new markets, and build a brand that resonates globally. Although I have secured investments from individuals like Mr. Brown, finding additional investors on a one-on-one basis quickly becomes a daunting task. This is where Finance 4.0 makes its entrance: the role of professional intermediary services. Investment banks, brokerage firms, and financial advisors act as matchmakers in the financial world. They specialize in connecting businesses with the right investors and providing the necessary support to secure large amounts of capital. These professionals do not lend their own money. Instead, they leverage their expertise, networks, and resources to help companies like mine prepare the required paperwork, craft compelling pitches, and ultimately attract a broad spectrum of investors. Imagine trying to fill a glass using a cup. It's slow and inefficient. Now picture turning on a fire hose. That is the kind of impact these intermediaries have. Their ability to access vast networks of capital transforms a trickle of funds into a flood, enabling rapid scaling and expansion. This evolution in finance not only accelerates the growth of businesses, but also streamlines the entire process of capital formation in the modern economy. It represents a sophisticated step forward where expertise, connectivity, and strategy are just as valuable as the capital itself. Finance 5.0, Public Market Model. Finally, we arrive at Finance 5.0. By this stage, my coffee chain is not only thriving locally, but has captured the attention of a much broader audience. Demand for my company's success has grown so overwhelming that I need even more capital to expand into international markets and fuel further innovation. The answer to this challenge is going public. Listing the company on a stock exchange, such as the NYSE or NASDAQ, opens up an entirely new realm of possibilities. In an IPO, shares of the company become available for purchase by a wide array of investors, from large institutions to everyday individuals. The role of investment banks, which was critical in Finance 4.0, now extends to facilitating this process on a global scale by connecting my business with a vast pool of potential investors. Once public, the capital available to the company can increase dramatically, providing the fuel needed for rapid and sustained expansion. The public market model democratizes investment in a way that was once unimaginable. It not only enables companies to raise enormous amounts of capital, but also gives regular people the opportunity to invest in ventures with high potential. This model has served as the catalyst behind the explosive growth of numerous companies that have reshaped entire industries. It stands as the pinnacle of finance's evolution, a system designed to harness the power of the crowd and channel it into groundbreaking innovation and wealth creation. Now let's understand the core roles of the financial system. At its essence, finance is built upon three fundamental roles that work together to create a dynamic and ever-evolving ecosystem. The first role belongs to the fundraisers, individuals like myself who need capital to start or expand a business. These entrepreneurs are the visionaries who identify opportunities, take on risks, and drive innovation in every sector of the economy. The second role is played by intermediaries, including banks, investment banks, financial advisors, and other professionals who bridge the gap between entrepreneurs and investors. These experts ensure that the flow of capital is smooth and efficient, matching the right amount of money with the right opportunity at the right time. Finally, the third role is filled by investors, whether they are everyday individuals like Mr. Smith and Mr. Brown, institutional investors, or venture capitalists. These are the people who put their money to work in exchange for the potential of future returns. Together, these roles form an intricate ecosystem that drives wealth creation, often operating seamlessly in ways many of us participate in daily, sometimes without even realizing it. For instance, when you deposit money into a savings account, you are indirectly investing in the financial system. Buying stocks turns you into a shareholder, exposing you to both the risks and rewards of equity investment. And if you prefer a more hands-off approach, your money can still grow through mutual funds, ETFs, or venture capital funds managed by professionals. Ultimately, the goal remains the same: to put your money somewhere it can multiply. While the potential for rapid wealth creation may come from picking winners or deploying strategies that outperform the market, it is essential to remember that higher returns typically come with higher risks. The interplay among fundraisers, intermediaries, and investors is what makes modern finance such a powerful tool. Let's consider the way these roles work together to create opportunities that were once unimaginable. Major financial institutions like Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, and J.P. Morgan have honed their expertise in connecting innovative businesses with eager investors, structuring complex deals, and even creating entirely new financial products. Their roles are vital in transforming a small startup into a publicly traded corporation in just a few short years. Although the fees they charge for their services can be steep, the time saved and the access to deep networks of capital often justify the cost. In our hyper-connected world, the boundaries between these roles can sometimes blur. For example, a tech giant might issue its own stock, invest in emerging startups, and operate digital payment platforms that rival traditional banks. Despite these shifts, the underlying principle remains clear. Money flows where it can grow, and the more efficiently it is directed toward promising opportunities, the greater the potential for wealth creation. So what does all this mean for you? When you boil it all down, finance is the engine that drives wealth creation. It channels capital to the right places at the right times, rewarding both visionary entrepreneurs and savvy investors. Whether you are an entrepreneur with a groundbreaking idea, an intermediary navigating the complex networks of capital, or an investor looking to grow your assets, understanding how finance works provides you with a crucial advantage on your journey to get rich. It isn't merely a matter of luck. It is about mastering the flow of money and leveraging that knowledge to build sustainable wealth. If you found this video helpful, please hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your engagement drives us to keep finding new ways to create value in a fast-changing world. For deeper insights and helpful resources, please check out ValueRuntime.com. I'm Young at Value Runtime. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.